I don't fight cancer. And I recommend you don't fight it either. Whether you have cancer or some other chronic illness or a terminal disease or, whatever, don't fight it. And here's how I don't fight it, okay? So I try to put my attention on living, having as much fun, being as present as possible, but I don't put effort into a fight. And when you live that way, you find that you're having a pretty good life, even with whatever you've got to deal with. And so you don't have to fight. Now, I do have a shortcut for that, and it's my 90-10 rule. Okay, so I make 90% of my life about things that please me. The other stuff goes in the 10% column. So clearly, cancer is in the 10% column. Treatments, doctor's appointments, everything cancer is in that 10% column. And I think 10% is generous. I also put other things that don't please me in that column with the cancer. So mostly I focus on the 90% of my life that pleases me. And every day I get up and I make a list of the things that please me or that I think are coming to please me. And I am always grateful. And that's an old saying, like if you're grateful about things, it makes your life better, but it does. After my last bout in the hospital last year, I was in the hospital last Christmas 2024. And I was in for 2 weeks, and I didn't really think I was getting out. When I got out, I was pretty miserable. I actually asked my doctor, what if I just went off the medicine now? She's like, oh, the tumors would take over your bones again in about 2 or 3 weeks. And I'm like, oh, well, that's unacceptable. 2 or 3 months, maybe. 2 or 3 weeks? No. So I stayed on the medicine. But I got pretty sad. And here's the thing about depression is that it's compelling. I find it compelling. I don't naturally lean towards depression, but when it comes over me, it gets me, and feels like it wants me, and it wants me to stay there. And it is like they say, fighting your way out of a paper bag, right? So anyway, I had to keep doing a gratitude list every day and ask friends to do it with me. And in that way, I was able to move out of that rough patch and back into my regular. And to be honest with you, this last year, since that hospital and almost dying, I've had a lot of near misses. This last near miss was pretty dramatic. I've had weeks where I've just been, I think I was in the doldrums, but I wasn't jumping around in it. And that's another shortcut that I have is just because you step in a bucket of shiz doesn't mean you should jump up and down in it. So if I'm in the doldrums, I try to do my gratitude list and stuff in the morning, but I don't beat myself up for it. And I don't keep thinking about thinking those same thoughts that are getting to me. What I do is I listen to books on tape. I like mysteries that are not too deep and not too bloody or too mysterious or too scary. I just like a good mystery with good characters. And when I find ones that I like, I listen to them. I love Reacher, by the way. So anyway, let yourself off the hook continuously. Don't fight anything. Just make 90% of your life about things that please you. That's the answer. I'm sure of it. Okay, see you around the galaxy.